That's Samantha Beck at a meth lab.
5 times in the past month.
Single mom lives a life of routine.
Meth and triple homicide. We need proof.
My dear wife is dead.
He didn't murder his wife. He just thinks he did it.
I don't want to be here without her.
I know you don't.
Later, Jimmy Fallon welcomes Pedro Pascal, NBC Tonight.
On our broadcast tonight, the winter storm could mean power outages. We'll see how an emergency order from the governor could help the lights stay on.
Plus, a former Merrill legislator is heading to prison. We'll hear from the IRS about that investigation.
And grading cheese in Green Bay, we'll see what makes a winner as your local news starts right now.
News Watch 12 with Dan Hagan, Jessica Jukic, and Jeff Weller.
Good evening and welcome to News Watch 12 at 10. I'm Jessica Jukic.
And I'm Dan Hagan. Snow has been falling steadily for hours now, and it's not going to let up anytime soon.
We have Conrad Sapinski standing by live in downtown Rhinelander, but first, Chief Meteorologist Jeff Weller is with us in studio. Jeff?
Yeah, hey guys, light to moderate snow is out there right now. It's happening, the event's unfolding right now, and we have a lot more snow to get through tonight and throughout the day tomorrow. In fact, the heaviest snow will likely fall around sunrise tomorrow morning through about midday tomorrow. But outside right now, there is still some light to moderate snow out here with a couple of breaks. But notice how they're going to begin to fill in back here, though. So we do have more snow on the way that will likely last all night tonight and throughout the day tomorrow. The heaviest snow right now is across parts of Marathon County, Portage County, Lincoln County. In fact, reports now out of Lincoln County of over 8 inches of snow so far, and there is a lot more snow to go through tonight and throughout the day tomorrow. Also getting wind gusts near 30 miles per hour. So light, fluffy snow, 18-to-1 ratio. An inch of rain or water equals 18 inches of snow with this stuff. And then the wind out there, too, gusting near 30 miles per hour, is blowing and drifting the snow all over the place, reducing visibility for sure. And thus we have a winter storm warning across the entire area tonight for snow. Heavy at times tonight through about 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. This long duration event continues with more snow tonight and wind through at least midday tomorrow. So our forecast then tonight, though, is light to moderate snow. It could be heavy at times, reduced visibility with low temperatures down near 13. Your full forecast is coming up. Dan, Jessica.
Thank you, Jeff. It's quite a difference from earlier this month when we were losing snow faster than we got it.
Not a problem right now. Meteorologist Conrad Sapinski joins us live from downtown Rhinelander, where it's looking like a snow globe out there. Conrad, what are you seeing?
Yes, I am here in downtown Rhinelander. We do have moderate snow, I would say. Visibility is down to less than a mile here in town. And, of course, those winds are howling. We do have wind gusts close to 30 miles an hour. This snow is very light and fluffy as temperatures are hovering at around 12, 13 degrees. So it is really easy to blow all the snow around. And this is going to continue to be a trend into those overnight hours. We do have some folks that are snow blowing right now, and that's definitely going to continue to be a trend into tomorrow as we dig out. But the good thing is I have barely seen any cars here in town, so that means folks are listening to road conditions, how they are really poor and not recommended to be outside at the moment, especially into those morning hours tomorrow. So that's a very good sign for us. Everybody is staying home and only outside if needed. Reporting to you live in downtown Rhinelander, I am meteorologist Conrad Sapinski for News Watch 12.
Stay warm, Conrad. Thanks. Well, these storms could lead to power outages from downed trees and ice on power lines.
Governor Tony Evers signed an executive order today to give more flexibility for utility workers tomorrow. Order 186 will provide waivers from federal and state requirements to give additional flexibility to in-state utility workers and allow for out-of-state utility workers to come to Wisconsin to help restore power. It waives hours of service restrictions, certain driver qualifications.
There are still barricades up on some Lac de Flambeau roads. The tribe announced plans to help residents affected by it with the approaching winter storm. The tribe said all residents impacted by road closures have access to EMS services, propane, mail delivery, and waste disposal services, and tribal police have been contacting residents impacted by road closures and doing property checks regularly. In the event of an emergency, the tribe said its crews will work to provide fast access for responders.
A massive cleanup effort continues in the wake of the Norfolk Southern derailment in Ohio nearly 3 weeks ago. The Biden administration is promising to make Norfolk Southern fully pay for the cleanup. Meanwhile, that cleanup of the train derailment is slow going. For those living there, building trust that the water and air is safe is as slow as the cleanup itself.
It took, I think, Norfolk Southern 3 days, 4 days for us to get a partial list. Vinyl chloride, butyl acrylate, and benzene residue, and combustible liquids. What the hell are combustible liquids? You know, it could be anything.
Norfolk Southern has pledged to spend $6.5 million to help people impacted by the chemicals release. The NTSB will release its preliminary report on the train derailment on Thursday.
You're looking at a photo of the Chinese spy balloon as it appeared from the cockpit of a U-2 spy plane. An Air Force pilot snapped the picture of the balloon as it crossed into the U.S. It was originally spotted on January 28th and shot down a week later off the coast of South Carolina. The State Department said the high-altitude balloon was capable of conducting surveillance.
Wood County sheriffs have identified the man believed to have robbed a convenience store. 58-year-old Eugene Schmidt is wanted in connection to the armed robbery of the food tree in the township of Rudolph. Sheriffs are saying he may be armed and dangerous and are advising people not to approach him. Eugene was last known to be in Marathon County. If you or anyone you know have any information on his whereabouts, contact the Wood County Sheriff's Department. On Tuesday, a former state senator was sentenced to 33 months in federal prison on charges of federal tax crimes.
Chief U.S. District Judge James Peterson gave the sentence, finding that Kevin Shabilsky of Merrill blamed others around him without taking responsibility himself. Newswatch 12's Kyle Pozorski explains how the one-time lieutenant governor candidate was caught.
He failed to accept responsibility.
Between 2014 and 2016, Kevin Shabilsky, a resident of Merrill, business executive, and former state senator, failed to pay employment taxes in excess of $800,000. IRS Supervisory Special Agent Michael Miller tells me that crimes like the one committed by Mr. Shabilsky are part of a string of crimes the IRS has been trying to stop across the country.
Although it is an issue in Wisconsin, it's not exclusive to Wisconsin.
According to a press release from the Department of Justice, Shabilsky was a minority owner, CEO, and CFO of 5R Processors, which had multiple locations in Wisconsin and one in Tennessee. The DOJ found that Shabilsky was directly in charge of 5R's operations and finances since March of 2013 and had been the primary decision maker. The DOJ says Shabilsky's involvement in the inner workings of 5R makes him culpable for why 5R failed to pay employment taxes to the IRS.
People need to see that individuals that commit these crimes will have a punishment of jail time, and therefore that is a deterrent effect for the public. If you commit a crime, white collar or not, you will receive, you're not above going to prison.
Miller went on to echo the comments by Judge Peterson.
Look, it's not just drug dealers or low-income people that are receiving sentences. It is also individuals that are committing financial crimes.
That was Kyle Pozorski reporting. In just a few days, thousands of skiers will be lining up for the American Birkebeiner.
One of those skiers will be going for his 45th Birkie. We'll hear from him after Weather with Jeff right here on Newswatch 12.
Right now is absolutely the best time of year to buy furniture, and Slumberland Furniture is the best place during our huge President's Sale. Check out this gorgeous sectional, and it comes with a free ottoman, plus so much more during our huge President's Sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Spectrum presents The Download with Clarissa.
Everyone is talking about Spectrum One. Matt, give us a download.
Clarissa, people are switching because Spectrum is offering seamless connectivity with Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile.
That's the future of connectivity. That's Spectrum One.
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile. Call 1-833-883-4999.
What's unique about Spectrum Internet?
Spectrum Internet has the most consistent download speeds and no data caps.
How secure is the Wi-Fi?
The advanced Wi-Fi comes with enhanced privacy and security features that block online threats.
Why is Spectrum Mobile the fastest growing mobile provider?
Spectrum Mobile is super reliable, and it includes 5G nationwide.
Plus unlimited calls, texts, and
data.
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile. Call 1-833-883-4999.
Call now or visit a Spectrum store today.
What are you guys doing?
We're excited for the American Marine Boat Show.
Yeah!
Join the excitement for the absolute best boat and pontoon deals you will find anywhere. Only this week at American Marine and Motorsports in Shawano. We're matching deposits up to $1,000. Or we will beat any competing price by $500. Don't be left out in the cold. Get to the American Marine Boat Show. This week, Thursday through Sunday, Shawano.
Looking at mattresses?
Buying a mattress can be uncomfortable. That's why Slumberland has modernized the process. Right now at our huge President's Sale, get this Sealy Posturepedic mattress for $5.99. Slumberland. Mattress shopping reinvented.
Well, the snow trails are very happy tonight. A few of you, not so much, but we are in north central Wisconsin. It is February. It snows, and here we are with a healthy snowfall across the area tonight and lingering through tomorrow. This event is just getting started. There is a lot more snowfall on the way. So outside now, light to moderate snowfall across much of Wisconsin. But look to the west of us, this right here, that's the next piece of energy coming our way. That will enhance the snowfall right around daybreak tomorrow. In fact, our heaviest snow likely to fall around daybreak tomorrow through about noon, and that'll quickly pile up again. Already reports out there of 8 inches of snow plus. Hard to measure, I know it's very windy out there, but overall, this event is doing what it's supposed to do. So here's the radar, right? Lots of snow falling, and it's beginning to have a few breaks in it as well. This will happen tonight into tomorrow morning before that batch catch-up twist later on tonight into tomorrow. And overall, we have a lot more snow to get through tonight and tomorrow. The heaviest snow falling now across portions of Marathon County, into Portage County, Wapaka County as well. These darker blue colors, the banding in there. There's lots of energy and oomph in the atmosphere currently with those heavy snow bands there. The rest of us, just some light snow currently, but again, it's going to fill back in potentially heavy snow tomorrow morning. So here's visibility. Where you see quarter mile or half mile, that's moderate snow looking at you, Wausau, right there. Anything more than that, a mile here in Tomahawk, 1 mile in Rhinelander, that's light snow. But this hasn't really moved much for several hours. So if it's snowing now, it's going to snow likely the rest of this evening before the heavier snow gets in here early parts of tomorrow morning. So it looks like this outside. Here we are in Rhinelander. Conrad was over here earlier, but the roads are snow-packed. Safe to say all roads across north central Wisconsin are snow-packed and slippery. Thus, many schools, in fact, most all schools are closed tomorrow into tomorrow night. So here we go. So out there tonight, we have lots of snow falling. Here's the future radar. The darker blue colors are the moderate to heavy snow. Here's 10 o'clock right now. And then overnight tonight, here's tomorrow morning, 5 o'clock or so, still light to moderate snow around. And then that push of a darker color pushes through about noon tomorrow. It finally gets out of here. This is 4 o'clock tomorrow. So pretty much all the daylight hours tomorrow, we still have light snow to moderate snow to potentially heavy snow in the forecast. That gets out of here tomorrow night. We're going to switch the winds out of the northwest. This could be some really effective lake effect snow bands, Gogebic Range, Ontonagon, and Houghton, that could, with the gusty winds, reach into Vilas County, Forest County, and Oneida County as well. So that's going to be lake effect snow tomorrow night into Friday as temperatures crash tomorrow night with low temperatures down near 5 below. And then increasing clouds later on Friday. It's going to be a nice weekend before we get to Sunday to Monday. When it's all said and done, so the snow today, the snow tonight, the snow tomorrow, we're talking a widespread foot of snow for north central Wisconsin. And a few spots in here could see easily 18 inches. It won't be everybody. Please don't write me, but overall, generally a foot of snow for most of our area beginning or ending throughout the day tomorrow night. And it's also incredibly windy, right? Out there, wind gusts currently, I just checked them a bit ago, gusting near 30. And you know, the snow has a ratio of about 18 to 1. So an inch of liquid is 18 inches of snow. That's light, fluffy snow. You sneeze on that stuff and it kind of disperses, right? And that's happening out there right now. So we'll keep those gusts going tonight, blowing and drifting the snow snow around will linger into tomorrow evening with that lake effect snow kicking in as well. So everybody gets a warning. Here's your tax dollars at work saying, hey, there's a winter storm warning out there. Be careful tonight. And many of you are listening to this, of course, with very few cars out there currently, as seen by Conrad's live shot earlier. But then look what happens. So then we're going to kick in some colder temperatures. In fact, tomorrow night, low temperatures down near 5 below. Road salts and solvents don't work so well with temperatures like that. So it may take us a day or two to dig out from this with temperatures crashing tomorrow. In fact, here are those temperatures to the west of us below zero. That's coming our way for really one day only. That's late tomorrow night and throughout the day on Friday before warmer temperatures, some warmer temperatures get in here on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Keep your eye on Monday, though. We got to watch that high temperature at 32, even freezing. Our next weather system gets in here on Monday, and looking around the corner, this one has the ability to be just as strong as the one coming through today. So there could be more potentially heavy snow in the forecast for us late Sunday into Monday. Our forecast, though, tonight, though, is snow and wind out there, blizzard conditions at times, low temperatures down near 13 with a northeast wind gusting near 35. For tomorrow, it's Thursday, snow and wind, a couple breaks in there as well, decreasing in intensity and coverage late in the afternoon. Look for high temperatures near 18 and dropping and a gusty northeast wind. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwest Furniture and Mattress shows tomorrow that snow and wind likely. Friday, we dry out 15. Saturday, looking good too, 25. And then look what happens on Monday. Sunday into Monday, we got to watch that one with potentially locally heavy snow back in the forecast. Jessica?
Thank you, Jeff. All this fresh snow is helping snowmobile trails in Langlade County. On Friday morning, the Langlade County Trail System is reopening Zone A and B, including all state-funded trails. Because of the last 2 weeks of warm weather and rain, they're reminding snowmobile riders to be cautious. They say hills and corners may remain icy. The trails will reopen at 6 a.m. on Friday. The biggest cross-country ski race in the country is just a few days away.
On Saturday, thousands of skiers will compete in the American Birkebeiner. A Rhinelander skier is going for his 45th Birkie. Here's Mitch Mode in 1980. It was his 4th Birkie, and he purchased this picture back then because he thought it was going to be his last one. But he kept coming back for 40-plus years. Mode said skiing the Birkie has now become an annual ritual.
Oh, I just kind of do it because that's in my life what I do now. It's like opening up deer season. It's the Birkie. You do these, and years ago I kind of made the decision if I can ski, I'll try to ski the Birkie.
Mode will be racing the Classic Race on Saturday, which is around 50 kilometers long from Cable to Hayward, Wisconsin. Many years ago, Mode won the Old Citizens division of the Birkie. Now he's just happy to cross the finish line. Only one person has completed all of the Birkebeiners. That's Ernie St. Germain. He's also a local guy, being an Ojibwe Indian from the Lac du Flambeau tribe. 1,000 points in a high school basketball career is quite an accomplishment. A local team has 3 players who hit that milestone this year.
Coming up, Saul Meyer will be here to give us an inside look at the Northland Pines Eagles to show us what makes this team so special.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. Update your home with Patriot Lighting. Find your style with our wide selection of interior lights. Get 11% off all Patriot Lighting. Update your floors with our great selection of Mohawk flooring. Carpet is soft and luxurious. Laminate flooring is water resistant and durable. Vinyl plank is waterproof and easy to install. Pick up this laminate flooring today for $1.69 per square foot after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Us. This isn't us. Is it?
When did we get so connected to our devices and so disconnected from each other? And when our phones have turned us into this? LT, what do you do when you're a company that sells them?
We gotta fix this.
It's time to find what we're missing. Join us in taking a break from our devices. Take the phones down for 5 challenge for 5 days, 5 hours, or even just 5 minutes.
Feels good.
And let's find us again. U.S. Cellular. Built for us.
At WJFW, our Newswatch 12 news team works around the clock to bring you the news that matters most of all to the North Woods. Our team is committed to the community and ensuring that you are as informed as possible. The Newswatch 12 team works hard to deliver the most important stories from around the globe, local and national sports updates, and weather reports. We are NBC Newswatch 12, news from where you live.
Coming up on your Thursday, see how you can get some laughs in for a good cause.
It sounds interesting. We're also watching for significant snow and blowing snow, possibly blizzard conditions possible. More when you tune in on your Thursday from 5 to 7 a.m.
With the regular season for high school boys basketball winding down, teams all across the state are gearing up to make a deep run in the postseason. One of the more impressive teams in the Northwoods that can make some noise in the playoffs resides in Eagle River. Welcome to Northland Pines, where the Eagles live up to their name.
Any one of these guys could average 25 points a game, so to have 3 guys who score 1,000 points, it says a lot about the program, the system.
That system has 4 of their starters averaging over 10 points per game this season and has produced 3 players in the 1,000 career points club.
It was really cool in the moment, and the timeout and everyone congratulating you. It feels really special to be one of the only people, or just a couple of them here at this school. And just 3 of them being this year is really cool.
Ryan Minch scored his 1,000th career point on Friday, and his teammate Griffin Stemke scored his 1,000th point on Monday, dropping 41 points and tying the school record with 9 3-pointers made in a game.
I didn't even go into the game thinking I was going to do it. It just kind of happened. I just started shooting, and they kept falling. And then once I had about like 12 points, I thought I could do this thing. So I just kept going from there, kept shooting the ball.
While the big-time dunks and flashy passes are impressive, it's the numbers this team produces that stands out.
I wasn't expecting him to get 41 in that game. He just kept shooting and kept scoring, and that was awesome to watch. I'm super happy for him.
Moments like that are cool for players, but it means a lot more to the coaches as well. And Coach Clement is grateful to have had 3 of those moments just this season.
I thought it was just unbelievable. It's like a storybook type deal where, 2 guys do it and it's one of your only home games you're going to have, and they do it in back-to-back home games. And it was really special, and it was great for those guys.
The Wisconsin Badgers basketball team was back in action tonight, looking to bounce back from their tough home conference loss against Rutgers on Saturday. The Badgers went into this matchup tied for 10th in the Big Ten standings, looking to work their way up the ladder against the Iowa Hawkeyes at home. The Badgers came into this game firing and left the first half up by 1 against a tough Iowa team. Then they really turned it on in the second half and were able to walk away with the win 64-52. The Badgers will look to make it 2 wins in a row when they head to Michigan on Sunday. Crandon High School saw off a few wrestlers today as they prepare for the state tournament. 4 Crandon wrestlers left for Madison this morning before they will take to the mats at the Cole Center tomorrow. Senior Cole Shepard and juniors Braden Madel and Elias Glinsky and sophomore Mason Dewing will be going for gold this weekend. Best of luck to our Northwoods wrestlers at state. We'll be right back after the break.
It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. Get started on your next Ford SUV, like Bronco, Explorer, or the new Escape. Get here to get a deal on the SUV's #1 in brand loyalty. It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. During Auto Show, choose Flex Buy on Escape, Edge, or Explorer with 3.9% APR financing for 66 months plus 1,000 Auto Show cash.
Hey, Dad, look. This is the magma chamber where all the magma's piled up until...
Us. What happened to us? When did we get so connected to our devices?
She's not answering.
What? And so disconnected from each other?
79 cents.
Something's gone missing. Our relationships, our conversations, our common sense.
LT, we gotta fix this.
But just because something is missing doesn't mean it can't be found again. It's time for a reset, not just with our phones, but with each other.
Sorry.
Join us in taking the phones down for 5 challenge.
So we're using our phones to put down our phones?
Exactly.
So we just put them down?
I guess so. Let's take a break from our devices for 5 days, 5 hours, or even just 5 minutes.
Feels good.
And let's see what we find.
Hey, bud.
Wow, that's good.
U.S. Cellular,
Depends on how much pressure there is.
built for us.
Today, it seems everyone can be their own service technician thanks to the internet. From servicing their own cars and engines to home remodels and projects, people are trying a little of everything. Here at Maher Water Corporation, we employ nationally certified and factory-trained technicians to keep your water treatment systems working to their full lives. We will treat you like our own family.
So if you want us to service your equipment, give us a call. But if you're the fix-it-yourself kind of person, we'll enjoy your funny video clips.
From the moments that shape our lives to those that shape our days, broadcasters are there, delivering the most trusted news that keeps you informed when it matters. We are your neighbors, a trusted voice, a lifeline. We are broadcasters. Text TV to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Welcome back. Day 2 of the U.S. Championship Cheese Contest opened its doors to cheesemakers from across the country.
One of the judges is from Marathon Cheese Corporation in Mosinee and has been grading cheese for more than 20 years. Newswatch 12's Matt Weaver is in Green Bay and learned what he looks for when tasting some of the best cheese in the country.
You get to taste some of the best cheese in the United States, and there's a lot of variety, a lot of different cheeses, and we're grading them according to what they should be for that class.
All right, so we're joined here by David Burke, one of the judges from Marathon Cheese. So, David, you have the best job of them all here at the Cheese Championships. You get to judge them, so you get to taste them all.
Yeah, cheese, and more cheese.
We got a pasteurized cheese here. What are we looking at?
As far as the contest, we're going to be taking the cheese and cutting it, looking for the body of the cheese, texture, flavor, and any defects that we find is counted against it. Starts out with a score of 100, and then the defects knock it down. We're actually kind of looking for something that shouldn't be there, which just looks totally normal for a jalapeno smoked pepper. You can kind of see the grill marks, so we know this is a naturally smoked piece of processed pepper. So this is fairly smooth. Don't see any real big openings in there. And then we'll feel it for the body and the texture. So you kind of work it between your fingers, see how pasty it is. Processed cheese is going to be a little bit softer. The next thing is pop it in your mouth and taste it.
Okay. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's very good. It's probably why it's here at the U.S. Cheese Championship.
You have this grading device here. Explain this to me.
There's all the different categories. There's entry for each one. You can scroll and see how many different entries there are. They have a short description, the judges' names. This is all available to the cheesemaker so they can see how their entry was scored. Flavor is the king. Flavor is the king. If it comes down to where two cheeses are tied, you're going to look at which one had performed better in the flavor part, and that is going to elevate it above the other cheese. Yeah, there's some good heat notes there from the peppers, which usually the processed cheese doesn't have a lot of flavor. You still get the cheese flavor coming through, because at the end of the day, it's a cheese contest. You're really grading it. You don't want the condiments to overpower the flavor of the cheese. So I would rank this one fairly good.
Yeah, I got that little kick at the end. It was
Yep.
Awesome. Well, there you have it. That's how you grade a cheese.
Yep.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere.
At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you. For you.
So it's crispy outside, flaky inside. Let us take care of you.
With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone in Wisconsin can call, text, or chat to get connected to a trained 988 counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you're concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. Get started on your next Ford truck. Like a next-generation pickup. Get here for a deal on F-Series. America's best-selling trucks, 46 years straight. It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. During Auto Show, choose Flex Buy on F-150 with 2.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus 1,000 credit cash and 1,000 Auto Show cash.
Ready, set, go! Boat show, boat show, boat show!
Can't wait to get on the water? Then get to the biggest and best boat show this week, only at American Marine and Motorsports in Shawano. We're matching deposits up to $1,000, or we will beat any competing price by $500. Don't be left out in the cold all year. Get your new boat at the American Marine Boat Show this week, Thursday through Sunday, Shawano.
Boat show, boat show, boat show, boat show!
Right now is absolutely the best time of year to buy furniture, and Slumberland Furniture is the best place during our huge President's Sale. Come see our special offers throughout the store. Plus, special financing is available for convenient monthly payments. And did you know Slumberland offers custom fabrics and colors at no extra charge? Check out this gorgeous sectional, and it comes with a free ottoman. Plus, so much more during our huge President's Sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Well, we expect snow in northern Wisconsin, but Las Vegas saw some snow flurries today, Jeff. What do you make of that?
Oh, there's a big mess in the west right now, including in near L.A. There's a blizzard warning 10 miles from L.A. today. Up in the hills there, yes, at 4,500 feet, which is just hasn't happened in 50 years. So it's crazy. By the way, that's the next system coming our way for Monday.
Something to look forward to.
Something to look forward to. All right, let's go outside now. And here we are. The roads are covered in snowpack. The drive home is going to be lots of fun this evening. But don't be like us. Stay home this evening and just take in some TV. There is still lots of snow showers to get through. And we already have reports up to 8 inches in parts of the Merrill area, also near Anago. So this snow is going to expand in coverage overnight. Visibility is reduced down to a mile or less in many locations. So it's just a good night to stay in. The winds are gusting near 30, light fluffy snow. It's a thing outside right now. But overall, the snow is going to continue through at least midday tomorrow. When it's all said and done, we're talking a widespread 10 to 16-inch snowfall for most locations. And then Friday and Saturday dry, followed by the return of some more wintry weather. We'll call it bad, late Sunday into Monday.
I'm thinking Saul wishes he was in St. Angelo, Texas.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
It's probably snowing there. Who knows?
Snow for everyone.
Yeah. Well, take it slow out there and have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Can we really trust him with a car?
Of course we can, Lindsay, with AAA Auto Insurance.
Wait, AAA has auto insurance?
We do home insurance, too.
Switch and save on AAA Auto Insurance and expect something more.
As a nurse, your capacity to give is superhuman until it's not. These days, nearly every nurse is exhausted. You deserve an employer who shares your passion for keeping people healthy, including you. Join Peter Christensen Health Center today. Work fewer hours, enjoy regular schedules, rebalance your life with your passion. Your loved ones will thank you. Your new healthcare team will appreciate you. And your new patients will be grateful for you. Quit the chaos. Be your best self. Join us today.
Sue right, Jake middle, Young
On the left.
Yeah, I knew I'd win.
Are you saying
What's
something?
really happening over there?
I think you're on mute.
There's no substitute for real gaming fun. Go where fun lives. Ho Chung Gaming Wittenberg.
The unknown is not empty. It's a storm that crashes and consumes, replacing thought with worry. But one thing can calm uncertainty. An answer. Uncovered through exploration, teamwork, and innovation. An answer that leads to even more answers. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Whether it's for work or play, you want a truck that'll get the job done right. We have them all. Half-ton trucks, Power Strokes, Cummins, Duramax, SUVs, over